Hey guys, in this video I'm going to talk about whether it's too late to start a YouTube channel in 2019. I've published over 1,000 YouTube videos now, and I've been making a living online from YouTube and from other ways for years now. And basically, the short answer is no, it's not too late, but it really depends on what you do and your approach. Because if you try to just find your favorite YouTubers and do something very similar to them, you're probably going to fail if you try to start now, because they are way ahead of you. They started earlier, they have a lot more experience, they have a lot more resources, a lot more money, and there's a lot of popular YouTube channels that have just kind of had so many copycats that if you were to do it similar to them, you just wouldn't get anywhere, no matter how good you think you are. If you're doing something that's very similar to something that's already popular on YouTube, you probably will have a very hard time. So what you need to do, and based on what the YouTube algorithm is looking like now, you need to go very small niche. And more people are getting on YouTube. Like, for instance, India, for instance, is growing a huge base of new YouTube users. And, all around the world, YouTube is growing, which means that a small niche that wouldn't have made much money back in 2010 will now make you more money because the small niche has grown. The more people that get on YouTube, a small percentage of them will probably be interested in that small niche. So you need to get an idea for something that is going to get you some fans in a small niche that you know a lot about. You need to do things that combine your skills into a unique way of using them. So you also need to look at trends. So how do you know what people want in 2019? So for instance, if you were interested in internet marketing, you could test whether or not people care about internet marketing by typing that in. You could see what people are searching for: internet marketing for beginners, firm, workshop, services, internet marketing, gym, business. A lot of people still search for this kind of stuff. So obviously this is just a random example, but if you have an idea for a YouTube channel, you need to search the keywords and the topics that you would cover in the search bar, and it will do the auto suggest of what people search for on YouTube. So you need to make sure there's a market for that first. You should have at least 10 auto suggestions here, which is the maximum, for a lot of the topics that you would discuss. And then you need to click and see how competitive it is. Another thing you can do is look at the trending page on YouTube. You can see what kind of videos are taking off in the last 24 to 48 hours. So, obviously when a musician or artist comes out with a new song, that's always going to be something that's on this page. And unless you're going to be a professional artist, then don't worry about those. What you need to do is look at smaller YouTubers that are having breakout videos. That kind of gives you an idea of what people are looking for. So if you're in entertainment, obviously you have to bring a unique perspective, and you need to be really funny in your own unique way and bring something into your animation that people haven't seen before or whatever. If you are educational, how can you do something that no one else is really doing? What kind of specific type of products can you review? What kind of specific type of tutorials can you do that is going with the trends of the future of products and services and what people are looking for on YouTube? So you can use that page. You can also use Google Trends. So if you want to start like a gaming channel, you could search like an example I've been kind of using in a few videos is Sekiro. It's a video game that came out a few months ago, and you'll notice that there's kind of a spike in popularity and searches for when it came out. So what you can do, like if you were doing a gaming channel of some sort, you would probably want to cover games that are about to get a spike like that. That would really position yourself in a good way. So look for keyword terms that are about to spike or that are trending up consistently. Obviously, a video game like that, it'll go up for a month or so and then go back down slowly. Some games like Fortnite might keep their popularity longer. But search your topics that you would talk about in Google Trends, and then also look up the top YouTube channels on Social Blade, and you'll find which ones are growing really fast right now. So which ones, if you look at socialblade.com slash YouTube, you'll have all these different ways of looking up YouTube channels. Now you can also go by category. So whatever type of YouTube channel category you're looking at, make sure you go by category as well. But you can look at top lists right here, go to the drop down, look at top 500 YouTubers in the last 30 days. That's the page I'm already on. So you'll see who's adding a lot of subscribers right now, who's getting a lot of views right now, and you can hopefully try to find a trend of what people really are looking for now. All right, so you can get an idea based on auto-suggest, based on the trending page, based on Google Trends, and based on Social Blade's top YouTubers in the last 30 days of what people are searching for right now and what the trend is. What you don't want to do is be like another, so like this is an example, you know, if you're trying to start a blog or something, it's so incredibly competitive that you would have a very hard time if you're like, well, I like entrepreneurship, I'm going to start an entrepreneurship blog. When you have something like Entrepreneur that's been around for years and has like hundreds or thousands of writers putting out 50 to 100 new articles a day, you're going to have such a hard time trying to compete with them unless you just find a way to make your content so much higher quality than theirs. They're going to have the volume. These people are going, these YouTube channels are the same way. We don't need another basketball analysis channel for the NBA unless you're going to cover a unless you're going to cover like a specific team. So that'd be something on YouTube, like if you were going to do a sports channel and you're going to cover a basketball, you know, basketball film and stuff. Instead of doing a general NBA channel, you would probably have to go to a specific team at this point because you would just have too much competition to get started. We don't need another motivational channel, for instance. We have like a million motivational channels. You would have to find a very unique way to present that type of channel in a way that's not really being done, that's not oversaturated already. So a few ways you can do that. You have certain skills that you naturally have. Everybody has them. So maybe you are more like me, where you have some kind of a weird combination of analytical, like an analytical brain with a bit of an artistic type of skill set. So those are two of mine that I'm kind of just naturally inclined towards. Now, some people have maybe an eye for visuals. Maybe you're better at comedy. Maybe you're a really easy person to talk to. Maybe you should do interviews. There's a lot of different skill sets out there, and people are good at naturally different things. So find a way to combine your skills instead of just using one, or and then just trying to do something like everybody else does, like, oh, well, I'll do another drawing tutorial channel. No, you don't want to do that. You want to do something unique. You need to combine skills. You also want to combine genres of videos. There's a great article by TubeFilter by a guy with a YouTube consultancy group, or a YouTube analytics group, whatever you want to call it. It's by Matt Gielen from Little Monsters Media. You should look them up on YouTube. Great channel. And he talks about the different types of YouTube channels. So you have listicle format, you have explainer format, commentary, interview, narrative, reaction, challenges, and music videos. These are like the 4 different types of videos that you can do. And again, look up their channel, Little Monsters, on YouTube, and you'll see more of an explanation from them and how this works. But what you want to do is like combine a listicle with a narrative format to create a new type of channel. You have to combine skills and combine formats to succeed more in 2019 than ever. And you got to go for more long tail keywords when you cover topics. So another thing I would recommend is going small niche. So a very popular YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers, Evan Carmichael, had an audit done by Little Monster Media. You can look it up right here. This is the title of it, How Many Videos Are Too Many with Evan Carmichael, Little Monster. look that up on YouTube, watch that, and it's a very informative video about how YouTube and its algorithm are going into the future and how things need to be very specific to your audience before and be popular with your subscribers before YouTube will push it out to new viewers and suggest it to new viewers. Otherwise, your subscribers won't grow much, and that's just the way the algorithm works now. So what Evan Carmichael did after getting this audit, he's divided up his channel. Instead of posting multiple times per day on his channel and doing all kinds of stuff and being kind of a general brand, he got more specific. So he does the regular type of content that he's known for, that's most popular on his first channel, but then he does his other stuff that he wanted to branch out with on 2 separate channels. So he has entrepreneur advice, morning motivation, starting from the bottom, all these different sub channels that are started now. And basically that's how he's growing them, by being more specific and by targeting more specific audiences. And another thing I would recommend, read a book called Primal Branding. So when you figure out what kind of channel you're going to do, when you find a way of doing this that's small niche, that is specific to your combination of skills, that maybe even combines different channel genres together, you're going to need to know how to build an audience. And one of the best books on this is called Primal Branding. And in fact, you'll even hear other YouTubers recommend this book. I believe Video Creators is the channel that I first heard about this book from, so shout out to them. But Primal Branding will help you build that channel and build an audience. So to sum it up, it's too late probably if you want to just copy someone else, or if you want to do just a general channel that's, you know, already being beaten to death and saturated on YouTube. There's just too much competition. So what you want to do is go small niche. You want to do long tail keywords. You want to do a combination of your skills to make a new type of visual or a new type of content that people aren't sick of seeing already. And you want to combine genres of different types of YouTube categories into one. And then if you can do some of those things, and then you can build an audience using the basically 7 pillars that they talk about in Primal Branding, then you will have a really popular channel if you stick with it and you build it right. So that's basically the answer to that question on YouTube from my perspective, and hope this was helpful for you. Check out that playlist right there in the top right for more YouTube tips, and I will see you in the next video.